and welcome to NSO at Home Live, a concert series created by the musicians of the National Symphony Orchestra. My name is Marissa Regni. I'm the Principal Second Violin of the National Symphony. I'll be your host tonight and every Sunday night as we bring live music into your homes and hopefully into your hearts. Tonight on our show, we are featuring The String Thing. They are a duo made up of two members of the National Symphony, violinist Heather LeDoux Green and bassist Paul DeNola. Also tonight we will be joined by another fantastic Youth Fellowship student. Tonight we have Diego Stine. He is an alumnus of our program and he plays the tuba. So we will check in with him in just a little while and find out what he has been up to since he graduated from high school and graduated from our program, and we will get to hear him play as well. But we're going to start things off this evening with The String Thing. Now, normally Heather and Paul get to perform their concert, their special concert at the Kennedy Center and at area schools. This year, obviously, they were not able to do that because of all of the pandemic closures. So they made this special video performance, and this video was shown on the Kennedy Center website and, of course, on all of our social media platforms so that kids could partake of their concert. And so tonight we will be visiting parts of that video and getting to talk to Heather and Paul as well. So without further ado, I give to you The String Thing.
Hey, Vandy, have you seen our guest artist yet? All right, thanks. Whoa. This interest is for National Symphony Orchestra musicians only. I'm the production manager for the NSO, and I don't recognize either of you. Are you new? Well, then I'm going to need to see a photo ID. Are you serious? This doesn't look legitimate to me. I'm going to call Nurit Bar-Joseph, the concertmaster of the NSO, for confirmation. Hold on. Hi, Nurit.
Hi, Daryl.
Yeah, so I have these two people who say they're part of the orchestra. I was wondering if I showed them to you. Can you just verify them for me?
Sure.
Great, thanks.
I've never seen them in my life.
Great. Thank you, Nurit. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Bye. She has no idea who you are, so you're going to have to leave. So you're not leaving? Okay. Look, I can call John Andrea Nozeda, the music director in Italy. This guy. All right. Ciao, maestro. Come va? This is Daryl from the orchestra.
Ciao, Daryl.
Yeah, I was wondering, I've got these two people here who say they're in the orchestra, and I was just wondering if you could verify it for me.
Absolutely.
Great.
È tanto che non vengo a Washington, è difficile per me ricordare, ma... No, I don't know them.
Grazie, maestro. Ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, he doesn't know you. And that means you have to leave. Now. You're not leaving. Okay? And I'm calling security. Security! Security! Imposters on the plaza! Imposters on the plaza! I can see you. I can still see you. I can't believe it! I can see you! Oh, great. Who left the door open? Now, they got in, now I gotta find them.
You ballet? Do you? Ballerinas? You're early. No one tells me anything.
All right, so now you get the gist of it. You know a little bit about the string thing. So why don't we bring Heather and Paul onto the show and talk to them just a little bit. Welcome to Heather and Paul. Hi.
Hey, Marissa.
So nice to have you. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Marissa, it's those two. It's the two of them. They tried sneaking into the Kennedy Center. I kept them out. I can't believe they're back.
This is Daryl Donnelly, our production manager. Daryl, what is the problem?
Well, they're the imposters. They're the ones who tried to sneak into the Kennedy Center, and I kept them out. I was just trying to protect our orchestra.
I'm pretty sure they're in the National Symphony. I mean, it's been a year since the orchestra's been together, but they look vaguely familiar. Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I called Narit Bar Joseph, our concertmaster, and I called our music director, John Andrea Nozeda, and they assured me they did not know who they were. They had never seen them before, and so I kept them out.
I don't know what to tell you, Daryl. Look, I'm just the host of the show, okay? The producers tell me who to bring on, welcome them to the show. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't know. I mean, they look...
All right.
This is a disaster. You know what? I don't even know what to say. You know what? Bob, play the next clip. Please, play the next clip.
I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Beatrix Smetna's Dance of the Comedians, and obviously Heather and Paul focused on the comedian part of that piece. Oh, they're so terrific. I would like to remind all of you to follow us on our social media, if you would. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we are on YouTube. On Facebook, we are NSO Musicians. On YouTube, we are NSO Musicians. On Instagram, you will find us as NSO_musicians. Please check us out. We're always posting new content all the time. And so we would love it if you would subscribe to us and check us out and like us if you would. All right, we're going to head back to the string thing. Here's their take on Symphony No. 5 by Beethoven. I love it. Never gets old. So great. We will be back with String Thing in just a little bit. But now we're going to head over to our youth fellowship student. I've been loving these segments and getting to know the teenagers that have been and are a part of our youth fellowship program. This is a program the National Symphony has for high school students. And they study with members of the National Symphony Orchestra and also with members of the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. They get to witness and watch over our orchestra rehearsals. Sometimes they even sit in with us and beside us while we rehearse, which is always great fun. And they're all just so talented and inspiring, and they've been great to get to know. So tonight we welcome an alumnus of our program. His name is Diego Stine, and he plays the tuba. When he was in our youth fellowship program, he studied with Seth Cook. Seth is the principal tuba of the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. And he was accompanied by Seth's wife, who is a fantastic pianist, Sophia Kim Cook. And so we are so thrilled tonight to be welcoming Seth and Sophia to the show to talk about Diego. So let's have them join us right now.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
Oh, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Well, thanks for having us.
Before we even talk about Diego, though, I think this is so cool. I love hearing that musicians do other things besides just playing music, and you do something. You're like a coffee expert. You own a little restaurant in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Tell everybody about it.
Oh, thanks. I co-own with my cousin Tacoma Beverage Company in right downtown Tacoma Park, and we do coffee, wine, beer, cocktails, and full food menu. We're open all day and then into the evening as well. So
people check it out. If you're in the area, please go get some good food, some good coffee. I understand you've also done some barista competitions.
Yeah. In my first goal ever as a coffee guy was to become the first world barista champion from the US, which has yet to manifest. But I've competed in the US Barista Championships twice, which is kind of fun. It's actually similar to music auditions, not too different from the kind of stress we have to go through.
Wow, so cool. Well, I've never been to Tacoma Beverage Company. I got to travel over the state line and go check it out. So that's so cool. Okay, let's talk about Diego now. So first of all, Sophia, you accompanied Diego, and we have this darling picture that we must show of you. Oh, I mean, look at that. Okay. So Diego started our program when he was 12, which is just amazing because it really is for high school students, but he's so gifted and just he's so wonderful. Yeah. And he made it into our program at the tender age of 12, which I was probably 7th grade or something. And how long did he work with you, Seth?
Well, I started in 2013 to play for the NSO Youth Fellowship Program. And Diego was my first student that I played for. So since 2013 till when he graduated high school is when I played for him for all of his juries, all of his performances. So yeah. I mean, it's funny seeing that picture now because I remember every time I'd see him for the next performance or the next juries, he'd be growing inches by inches. And I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah, growing into the tuba. How long did he work with you, Seth?
So he worked with me for about 1.5 years. I was lucky enough to grab him after he had studied with Steve Dumaine and Dave Federley. So I didn't have much work to do. I had the joy of kind of getting him ready for college auditions, which was, something he was ready for. And it was an exciting time to get to push him hard. And for him to get the success of getting to go to Colburn was really a great culmination of our time together.
Yeah, that's terrific. Well, thank you both for all that you do for these kids. It's so important. And I've just had so much fun getting to know them all this past year. So let's bring Diego on. He's much different now than that little photo that we saw. Let's get Diego onto the show. Hey, Diego.
Hi, it's good to be here.
It's so good to have you on here. I love that photo. I confess, I still remember you when you were 12. You were so adorable. So when did you start playing the tuba? What age?
I started playing the tuba when I was around 10 years old, so partway through my 5th grade year.
Yeah, and I'm amazed that little kids choose such a huge instrument. So how did you come to the tuba?
Well, my dad was an elementary school band director, and he brought, a few instruments for me to try. And I remember really being drawn to the tuba because I really just like the way it sounded, and also it was big, so that also helps.
Yeah. Did you start on a smaller tuba? And no.
I did start on the baritone for about 6 to 8 months, and then I switched.
And then you switched over. And now you're all grown up. Goodness
Yep.
gracious. And you are, tell everyone where you go to school now.
I'm currently a second-year undergraduate at the Colburn Conservatory of Music.
Yeah, that's out in LA.
Mhm.
And you're home now, I guess, for this year, right?
Yeah, we're doing online classes.
Yeah. But next year, hopefully, back on the West Coast.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Well, it has been a delight watching you. I have sort of watched you from afar grow up, and it's just been so great. I remember when you played a little solo with the orchestra when you were, I don't even know how old you were, 14 something?
13 or 14, around that
Yeah,
age.
yeah. And now here you are. Oh, he's all grown up. So we cannot wait to hear you play. Thank you so much, Seth and Sophia, for being on. Diego, I'm going to let you switch your microphone over so that you can play. And I thank you all for coming on. While he's doing that, please check out our Youth Fellowship program and all that we have to offer. And perhaps you even know somebody that might be interested in it. If you want to Google us, you type into your search engine NSO Youth Fellowship Program, and a little link will pop up. You can click on that. That's the quickest way to find us. And you can get all kinds of information about our program. Like I say, it's a terrific program. The students are just top notch, and boy, they've just been such a pleasure to get to know. I'm inspired every week after I hear them and talk to them. It's just great to see the future of music in the hands of these young people. Also, if you have been enjoying these programs all along, perhaps you're new to us tonight, but hopefully you've been catching us since we've been on the air since May. You may want to donate to the National Symphony Orchestra. If you want to do so, you simply go to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. Any money you give to the orchestra is 100% tax deductible. And of course, it would mean the world to us right now during this very challenging time for the arts. It's, as I said much earlier in the show, it's been almost an entire year since the orchestra has been together and playing. So perhaps that's something you'll consider tonight, is donating to the National Symphony Orchestra. Okay. Let's head back now to Diego. I'm so excited for this piece for solo tuba. Wow, Diego, that was amazing. So great. I know you're going to do great things. We look forward to seeing where you go after Colburn and beyond. Just such a pleasure to see Diego grow up with us, and so exciting to see him doing so well. Again, I want to remind you, if you or anybody you know is interested in our program, please check us out on Google, NSO Youth Fellowship Program, and there'll be a link you can click on to see if it's something that's possible for you. We would love to have you a part of our NSO family if possible. All right, we're going to head back to String Thing now. And here is their take on Mozart's Hofner Serenade. This is the rondo from that serenade. crack me up every time. I love it. Well, let's bring back to the show for real this time, Heather and Paul. You guys are the best. Okay, welcome for real. Daryl will not come and try to kick you off this time, I promise. I know, alone. I have to say, I have come to several of your concerts live. I've watched this video, I don't know how many times. It never gets old. I laugh until I cry every time. You guys are the best.
Yay! Thank you.
Yay. I mean, not only are you just so funny, but it's such spectacular playing as well. So thank you. So Heather, how did this all come to be? Like, how did you decide to work together and put this all together?
I think that Paul and I have the same sense of humor, and we really like to make fun of each other, and we're not afraid of making fun of ourselves, obviously. And I think that's kind of what attracted us to the thought of doing a show. Weren't we sitting next to each other at a luncheon where they were asking for groups to go play for hospitals, and Paul and I just happened to be sitting next to each other, and we kind of went, "You want to? Maybe we should. I don't know. Okay." And I think what works for us is that we find the humor in the classical music. So there's a lot of seriousness that comes with being a professional musician, but there are also a lot of absurdities. And I think that we have fun finding the extremes of being a violinist, being a bass player, and making people laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you pick your repertoire? Like, Paul, how do you come up with all this stuff to play?
Well, there's a lot of arrangements we've made that haven't quite made it to the show. But we just, sometimes we'll just throw ideas at each other, but oftentimes it happens just from being at work. We'll be on stage and we'll be playing a piece, and I can see Heather like clear across the other side of the stage, and she's doing like, this one. And I'm usually going like, or I'm going like, no.
That's usually what he says.
Or she'll come to me and be like, there's this really cool violin solo. Here's the piano part. Can you go like, do something with that? Okay, great. See you tomorrow. And so they just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of happens. There's a lot of stuff that we go through, and the arranging takes a little while. Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of education concerts myself, and people need to know that the creative process takes like a year to put one of these things together, right? It's just like a lot of 10 steps forward, 9 steps back kind of thing. I'd say a lot of the show comes together in rehearsal. Like we'll come in just with like an idea, like, what do you think if we do this funny, stupid, and we start playing it, and like right away it's like constantly changing things. I mean, the joke between us is we're always rewriting the show. I mean, the morning of the videotaping even, we're like, why don't we do this instead? And then we'll just change it. So I guess that kind of makes it fun, and sometimes it works and sometimes doesn't work quite as well, but yeah. Okay, well, last question. How many times do you have to do something before you can get through it without laughing at each other?
Oh my gosh.
Well, we haven't done that yet, really. So I don't know. How long does it take, Heather? There have been a few where, I mean, Heather will still laugh, doesn't matter how many times we do it.
Yeah, I lose my mind. When he shreds my music, and it doesn't matter whenever we're at a concert or where we are, yeah, he's funny. He's a funny guy. You're too funny. You're too funny. Stop being so funny. Well, we love you so much. Thank you so much for everything you do for the young and the young at heart. Thank you, and for coming on this evening and for getting all your props and everything. It's just, I love it. I love it. And I got to tell everybody, please, I know we're showing clips from their program. Oh, see, this is a little bit of a teaser. They should, people, if you have not seen the whole show, please go see the whole show. So this is what you do. You Google String Thing NSO, and I guarantee you, because I did it the other night, the top thing on your list will pop up a link that takes you directly to this concert that was on the Kennedy Center website. You got to watch it from beginning to end. Have the tissues, because you're going to laugh till you cry. It's just, it's brilliant, and it's, like I say, brilliant comedy, brilliant playing. So fantastic. So thank you so much for being on. Marissa. And we're going to go back to one of my favorite clips. This is your take on Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So thanks again. Well, thank you.
Fantastic. The paper shredder man gets me every time. Oh my goodness. Please, I encourage you, check out the whole program if you've not seen it already. Maybe you have seen it already. Go back and watch it again. It's so great. Google String Thing NSO. It'll take you straight to a link you can click on, and it's just fabulous. So fabulous. We will be back next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. And next week we have two husband-wife teams joining us. We've got NSO violinist Terry Lee and her husband, NSO cellist Jim Lee. They are joined by Derek Powell and Allison Goodman. Derek is a violinist in the National Symphony. Allison is the principal viola of the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. And they will be playing Dvorak's Piano Quintet, which is such a great piece. So they'll be joined by guest pianist Natalia Kasarian. So please join us for that. Also, we've got a Youth Fellowship alumnus of the program, Chris Liu, on the violin. So looking forward to this program. So please join us next Sunday at 7. We're going to wrap things up with String Thing. Before we do that, of course, I want to remind you, if you'd like to donate to the National Symphony, you can do so by going to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. Please join us next Sunday at 7. Before we go, of course, I want to thank our producers, Bob Rudin, Jamie Roberts, and Dave Murray. I want to thank Thomas Baker for his beautiful artwork. And I want to thank Sophie Edwards for all of her help on the tech end for all of my stuff. Of course, thank all of you for being with us. And we're going to, as I say, close things out with the String Thing. And stick around at the very end and watch all the credits, because there are so many people that went into making this video happen. And so we're so grateful to all of them. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's end out with String Thing. See you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Aha! I got you. I'm going to be right down there. But there isn't a staircase. Why isn't there a staircase? But I'm going to be right down as soon as I find one. And I'm calling security right now. Security.